Hey Laura, how you doing? Good morning. Just getting things rolling here. As you can see, it's just kind of a little bit hazy day today. It's 61 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning, but I think it's supposed to get warm today. The humidity is supposed to be up. Not a lot of ship traffic going on. We got a ship downbound coming through the American Spirit, followed by Federal Cedar. Upbound is the Alpina, so there is a little bit of ship traffic coming. I don't know if I'll be able to go and catch any of it or not, but we'll see. So how's everybody doing on this Sunday here in the United States, Memorial Day weekend? Memorial Day is tomorrow. So a lot of people are doing some, probably having some picnics and gatherings and family gatherings and those kinds of things that you normally happen during holidays. Um, probably going on. A little Laura wants to know it's bedtime yet. No, Laura, it's 9 o'clock a.m. here. So that would make it about 1 o'clock in the afternoon there. Dominic, last time he was on, he was doing a lot better. Everything's going well with him. I know he's on a special diet for a while, but yes, it's good to hear. Oh, it's 2 p.m. there. 5 hours. Yep, yep. Okay, yep. 2 o'clock p.m. 9 to noon is 3 hours plus two would be 2:03 p.m. Yep. Is David doing all right? I see that he's been kind of busy. How the kids doing? Do they go back home today or they stay another day or two? Yeah, I kind of figured that things would be dwindling down a little bit. A lot of people are doing gaming and that kind of thing, and plus the holiday weekend, people got things they're doing and going, and so we're just going to play by ear here, see how long it lasts and how long it goes. About the time I decide to call it, somebody comes on and says, no, no, not yet. The typical number of people jog down along the water. Or they walk the water. Usually if they got children with them, they walk on the water, but not on the water, but near it. Here's a couple of kayakers right here. No, it's not kayakers. What it is that is diving flags. I thought it was kayakers. But there's divers in the water there. Yeah, the first downbound ship, the American Spirit. Out about 5 miles, headed downbound. And then you got the upbound behind it. You have up at about 30 miles out, the Federal Cedar, and upbound down at where is it? Just south of St. Clair, just past Marine City, upbound is the Alpena, one of the oldest ship on the sea. I think it is the oldest one, the oldest current bulk carrier. Tank RC, I think I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear, and if I get some people on here, I might go catch one of those ships. I don't know. We'll see. The weather is perfect for flying. One of the ships, the downbound ship, just called in, and it's out about 20 minutes. Hey, here comes Joe. Joe, that was a nice video you did.
Okay. Which one?
The one of the bridge.
The bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like that one. That was right yesterday when I was coming back. It's right down the street from the state capitol, so I stopped and got the bridge too.
Well, there's a certain era that they used to build those bridges because they all look alike. Because that looked a lot like the bridge in Baltimore that went down.
Right. And as you go a little bit north, they've got the other one that's the old Sunshine Bridge. That one is more of a rusty color, and I'm up there. I should have went up there and did that one too. But I had an issue with my controller because my controller, when I got up there, I only had three lights, and when I was flying that bridge, I had one and a half. It was blinking. I didn't want to go fly anything else
Cook
with it.
County, Texas got devastated by tornadoes again.
Yep. So I figured out what's wrong, why it's taking me so long to get on sometimes. I was on with Johnny, we just got off, and I flipped right over to come on with you, and Zoom wouldn't kick in. I had to get out of Zoom and come back.
Okay.
So Zoom messed me up. So I got to make sure Zoom's turned off before I go into it. Yeah. But I put that one out today. I wanted to get that one out today, tomorrow. Look at that girl.
You gotta tell Joe. Tell Joe. Yeah. What you want? What you want? They are characters, aren't they? I'm gonna see if she wants to go out real quick. Be right back. You gotta go outside. He just came in from outside. Here. Okay, I'm back. So where did Joe go? Cool cat. How's it going, buddy? I don't know what happened to Joe. He was here when I just went to get Mia settled. So I don't know, Laura, where everybody is. Joe came in. He just got off live stream with Johnny and came over here, and he said he had trouble coming on, and so then I just excused myself to go take care of Mia for a second. Came back and he's gone. So maybe that's a sign of the times. I know everybody's got things going on. I don't know where Justin is, um, or Dominic, or any of the rest of them. But it is what it is. And I don't have a magic wand to bring everybody on. Well, I can sit here and stare at the camera. I don't have a lot of anything going on, other than I did a couple of videos yesterday. Um, Probably going to get a couple more today. But I think people are getting tired of seeing my ship videos too. I mean, I get my regulars are watching them because I get comments. but it's not as entertaining to as the new trend is to go gaming. So here comes Joe back again.
We'll try that again. I looked at your pup, and all of a sudden, my whole computer went down. It was Zoom because I had everything else. Zoom
Wow.
kicked off, and then Zoom wouldn't let me sign back in. I had to get out of Zoom again. That's what I'm saying. Something's going on with Zoom. Johnny had the same problem this morning.
Did he?
He kept. We could hear him. He couldn't hear us, and he didn't have any pictures. It kept happening to him.
Cool cat. Well, thank you for. I understand. Everybody's got things going on, you know. Cool cat says if he didn't have some company right there at the time, he'd have jumped on. But you know, it is what it is. But thank you for thinking of that. Joe, did you see what Laura said?
No, I'm trying to get to the chat.
She says it's not Zoom, it's the user, Joe. LOL.
It's not pilot error. Trust me. I had my pilot error yesterday.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said yesterday. I flew underneath that bridge over by the Meat River, and they got this big wire hanging down. And I'm looking at it, and I said, "Okay, I'm good." And I'm coming back, and I forgot about the wire and just missed it.
oh,
I mean,
bad
just
close,
missed it.
huh?
It's it'll be up. It'll be up Tuesday. You'll see how close. I'd say it's about 5-6 inches.
When things like that happen, it scares the hell out of you.
Well, I saw it at the last minute and realized I didn't have to do anything. I was low enough. That was the good news, that I was low enough and I didn't have to worry about it.
Right.
But the bad news is that I was lower and I had picked up the altitude, and I started to curve towards me, and that's when I realized, where's the wire? And then I see it, and I said, "Geez, if I'd have went another 3 or 4 inches, I'd have hit it." Now, the thing is, was it a piece of wire or was it a piece of rebar? I don't know. It almost looks like it was a piece of rebar hanging. So if I would hit the rebar, that would have been a problem. So 2 days ago, they said that we don't expect rain in New Orleans for about 7 days. Then Laura charged her batteries, and now we're expecting rain tomorrow night.
Ah, that's funny. You know, everybody ought to send her a little PayPal saying, "Don't charge your batteries. We want nice weather."
No, we're gonna have David hide her batteries. What are you talking about?
There you go. Well, I think I could be wrong, but isn't today the last day for the niece and nephews to be there?
I think they're staying another week.
Oh,
David said he didn't want them to go. He's going to keep them there another week.
all right. Well, you know, that kind of makes sense because you know that's all he talks about is he wants to know when the kids are coming back again. So
Yeah, he can't wait. Can't wait for him.
oh, I know it.
So you got your other Air 2S, right?
Yep.
Have you flown it?
Yeah, I took one test flight just out the backyard and back, and it's sitting over here.
Did good?
Yeah, it did okay. You know, it's hard. It was a little windy that day, and so it was, and so I calibrated and compassed and all that stuff, you know. But it seemed to do okay.
That's good. Well, Johnny, in the middle of me getting back on, Johnny calls me and he goes, "Hey, I got an extra battery for the Avata 2. You want it?" He said they're 130 a piece, but I got it for 115. I said, "I'll let you know. I'm probably gonna buy it because it's a what you call it. It's I think 3 batteries is just not enough for the Avata 2.
Well, not if you're gonna go someplace and do a lot of flying. But in my
Yeah,
case, I'm just, 2 miles away from my primary launch site, and
yep,
I fly for about 6 minutes or so and then come back and swap the batteries out again. So
yeah. So I'm going over today. I might be a little late this evening, and I'm going over to eat at 3 o'clock at my daughter with the granddaughter. So I'm gonna bring the camera and the film and play with it with her.
okay.
See if everything works.
Laura says that David is depressed because the two little ones go home tomorrow.
Do that. Keep them. Just have them move in.
Yeah. Just keep him there permanently, Laura. You'd like that. David would be ecstatic.
Right. Yeah, that's one word. That's the nicer word.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't point out in this video is when you're looking at the bridge on the angle in the background, when you see Baton Rouge in the background,
Yeah.
that's Tiger Stadium, LSU, in the background.
Oh, okay.
It's about a mile and a half out,
Well,
but you can see the dome in LSU.
for a northerner and a boat person, I love to see the old riverboat.
Yeah, now that's a
Park right
casino.
there.
That's actually a casino boat.
And does it leave the dock or just sits there?
It used to leave the dock, but they've set it up now where for the first like 15 years they made them sail. Now they let them dock and just
Okay.
gamble. Because I used to work on one called the Treasure Chest, and this is when I was EMS. I had the EMS duties on the Treasure Chest, and we used to sail. We come in for 45 minutes. Yeah, we come in for an hour, and then we'd sail for an hour and come in for an hour. That's how we did it. And all they had to do was get off the dock. Technically, they go
Oh,
out
it was
about
it was like a cruising casino boat, right?
yeah, they go out about 200 yards from the shore, and then they come back. They take their time getting in, take their time coming back. They had it all
They
planned out.
don't paddle wheel and go up the river and back again. And
No. Now the one that
is
does
there
that is
any
the
is there
Natchez.
any of those kinds of ships down there?
Oh yeah, the Natchez. It's an old steamboat that's still there. They got the guy on the top with the calliope and everything, and he plays the calliope the whole cruise. And they go downriver about 20 miles, and then make the turnaround, come back downriver, go back under the bridge, go up about 3 miles, turn around, come back and dock. And it's about a 3 hour cruise.
What do they charge for that?
I couldn't even tell you. I have never paid for it. I've always been on it doing some kind of photography. And it's a dinner cruise. It's a dinner cruise, and I
Oh,
mean
so
yeah,
it's
it's really
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. The last time I was on it, I was shooting a pharmaceutical convention came in, and they called me to do the pictures for them. And boy, I made all kind of money, all kind of money off of them because I charged them big money. That was a long time ago. And they had people from all over the world that came in for this pharmaceutical group. I'm still talking to two or three of them in France that talked to me through the whole thing because I was shooting everybody's pictures, and it was a couple of day event where it was like I think it was 3 days, and I shot them all 3 days at three different locations, and I'd shoot them at night, go back to work during the day, leave and go back shoot them at night, process the stuff, bring it that morning to New Orleans before I go to work, give them their pictures and come back. I did this for 3 straight days, and when I was leaving, they handed me a $500 tip just for doing all that. I came back, worked the fourth day, and I looked at my boss, and my boss looked at me, and it was a simple goodness. And he said, you wore out. He said, but I'm not giving you a break because you should have took the time off. I said, you're right. I should have. I said, but I'm good. I can get through today. So I got through today, came back here, went and sat in the hot tub over by the pool, fell asleep in the hot tub, rolled over into the water. And that woke me up, and I said, okay, I'm not doing that again. I'm not about to book 3 days in a row without taking some time off. Especially since I wasn't getting to bed till like 2:30 in the morning. And then I had to get up for 6 and get across the lake, drop the stuff off, and get back to work before we went back to work. That was a tough 3 days.
Well, now there's a
But that's
difference.
when,
There's a difference between a paddle wheeler and a side wheeler, right?
yeah,
Side
and
wheeler
paddle
has
wheels
the
in the
big
back.
wheels on the side independently.
Yeah, the Natchez is a paddle wheel, one in the back.
Well, how do they steer that?
With a rudder.
Okay, that's all. It's forward motion and backwards motion, and the rudder
Yeah.
steers the boat. Okay.
It's got actually that one has a couple of rudders to make sure they can keep control of it. Because you got to realize on that Mississippi River, they got some current going.
Sure.
And because I guess it's just like that, a pilot's getting on and off. You got to have a river pilot on that boat before it comes into the river, because he's going to be steering that boat because he knows the river. And we were at the mouth of the river one time. I tell you what, you don't realize how big those ships are till you're in a 26-foot boat at the mouth of the river and they're passing you up. Then you realize how big they are. And we were down catching redfish one day, and we were coming back up the river, and we're flying. I mean, he's got the boat wide open, got 265s on the back, boat's wide open, and I'm sitting there, and I got my back to him, and I'm looking out in the back, and I'm sitting back like this in a chair, just looking back on top of the ice chest, just sitting there, just kicking back, and I'm watching the back, and I'm tired, and I was like, we've been fishing all day. And Robert, my cousin, the one that just lost a mom, he's got that boat wide open. Mike's in there, and this other girl was in there. And I looked up and I went, something doesn't look right. And we're getting pretty close to the edge. Like okay. You divide the river into fourths. We're getting into the second third on one side, so we're still almost in the middle. But all of a sudden, I looked up and said, something doesn't look right. And I looked over and I realized that the water moving here was different than the water moving over here. So the first thing I thought about, I said, hey, it's getting shallow quick. Because that's what it is. It's getting shallow.
Yep.
I turned around and I looked up, and they're talking, and it's just like this. And I reached up and grabbed the bars and I hollered, Robert, you're about to hit the ground. Like that. You're about to go hit a sandbar. And Robert said, what? And we hit that sandbar full speed. That boat stopped. I mean, just completely stopped. I grabbed myself and pulled myself up. My feet touched the top of the canopy. They got thrown into the front. The ice just flew underneath me. I mean, it just stopped.
Wow.
And I was the only one that didn't get hurt. Everybody else got beat up a little bit. And I said, dude, you got to be paying attention like this. And he looked over and he said, I didn't see it. I said, when the water starts getting just flat, it means you're running out of water.
Yep, exactly.
And I mean, we had to get out. We got out in water. The water was up to our waist right there in the Mississippi River. We were standing in the water having to push this boat off the sandbar. It was like,
Wow.
God darn it. But everybody got thrown into the dash area but me, because I turned around and grabbed the bar above me.
You were lucky.
Oh, if I would have had my back to him, I would have probably got hurt. Because I would have been thrown in there. The ice chest would have been on me. It was a big 68 quart. full of redfish.
full of fish and ice, yep.
Yeah, well, it would have been terrible. What's up, Mark?
Hi, Paul. Hi, Joe.
How's it going there, Mark?
It's not too bad, thank you. It was raining this morning, but it's stopped now. It's brightened up.
Well, that's because Laura stopped charging the batteries.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't know where Dominic is, drone shots.
It'd be nighttime for him. He might be sleeping.
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, he's lurking.
Yeah, it's 11:30 at night. Yeah.
I'm trying to decide whether I want to buy a mattress right now or wait.
Laura says that her batteries are in storage mode right now. Thank you very much.
Well, that's the problem. She probably what you call it, discharged them a little bit. And as soon as she puts them on any kind of charge, we're in trouble.
That's what David was saying. He says it started out to be a nice day, and then Laura put the batteries on charge. It turned like hell. Like throwing a switch on the wall, you know?
Yeah, I'm charging everything up right now. So I tell you, we're gonna have a beautiful day today, beautiful day tomorrow. Now tomorrow night we get rain tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
But I am definitely going out to either Bogue Falaya and get all the people kayaking up and down. I'd rather get the kayakers. I like that because it's real quiet and serene, and you got all these people in kayaks, and it should be a pretty busy place tomorrow or today. And then tomorrow, being Memorial Day, man, that riverfront's going to be crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, I would imagine.
They're going to be, and I think I'm going to take my time flying around there because there should be a lot of bikinis up.
Well, you said the temperature's been up like almost 100 or something.
Well, we're in the high 90s. Tomorrow's supposed to be record. We're supposed to be, I think the high tomorrow 95. The record for tomorrow is 93.
Wow.
So they're expecting it to hit record temperatures tomorrow. So if we're getting record temperatures now, shoot, I'm not looking forward to August. Yeah, it gets hot here quick. Like yesterday was hot. I think we got 92 yesterday in Baton Rouge. And it was, I mean, I had my USA Drone Flyer polo shirt on, and I had a TENS unit on my back because my back's been hurting since I picked up the baby the other day.
Yeah.
And I use that, and what I do when the back starts to hurt, I just turn it on for about 40 minutes, and it loosens the muscles up. And it makes a difference. I tell you, people have never used one. And I was sweating so much yesterday that I was sitting in the car, and when I got up, the wire had caught the seatbelt. It came right out of the TENS unit, ripped all the pads off of it. But it was tough yesterday. I was soaking wet.
Working on your car or what?
No, I'm working on Tanya's car, sitting at the store with no brakes.
Oh, okay.
The brake light came on and so. I'll be right back.
Oh, I'll pay that.
Look what I've gotten addicted to now.
Oh, no. That doesn't look like Boston creams.
Well, here's what it says on on it right there. Boston cream donuts. They're little mini ones and they're damn good.
They don't look that many.
Well, yeah, because they're not small like here's the size of them, Joe.
Oh, yeah, that's small.
But they are good.
But my question is, does 3 of those equal 1? You know, or are you eating more? You know,
2 of them equal 1. But the thing of it is, I was paying $9 for 6 of the other ones. And these are 6 of them for $3.99.
oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah, so that makes them $8 for the same size as the other ones.
Oh, Jonathan Jackson.
Jonathan, what's up?
Hi, Jonathan.
Put that away. Darn it.
Those are good.
I've been going into Walmart to see if they have them. They don't have them. I can't find them at Walmart right now. Usually they do. Just means I'm not supposed to have them.
These are called Sabrina. Sabrina's Boston Cream Donuts.
And where do you get those from?
I got them at the local party store. They had them sitting up there.
All right.
Let me put in Sabrina. See if I can.
I'm gonna have to get them to come check this refrigerator. I hate that. I got a refrigerator that all of a sudden is just going happen. And then sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does.
Could be just that the compressor mountings are wearing a little bit and it's just a bit loose.
Well, it's been there 16 years, so. Yeah, the problem is it's where it's at. It's gonna be hard for them to pull it out. It's still cooling good, you know. But it woke me up in the middle of the night. I heard it, and then it ticked off and then came back on. Didn't do it. So it doesn't do it all the time. The other day I pulled it out and vacuumed everything, just in case it might have been dust or something causing it, you know?
Hmm.
I'm about to go yank it out the wall again.
There you go, Sabrina's Boston Creams.
Yep. I'm thinking it's gonna be something stupid. Like you said, it could be something just loose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move it, see if I can move it a little bit.
It just might be not quite level. Make sure all the feet are touching the floor.
Yeah, I shook it and it stopped.
Mm.
It sounds like it's the fan maybe touching something. But I shook it and it stopped a little bit. I shook it and then it stopped completely. It's still running. It's definitely. I bet you it's because when you open and close it, something is off a little bit. Maybe it's just not exactly level.
Yeah, could be. Just make sure that all the legs are wound so that they're touching the floor.
Yeah, but I don't know if I feel like getting on the floor to do all that. I might have to. Though. Yeah, it's not. It's not. Hey, it ain't pretty me getting on the floor
Oh, it's
because it's
easy.
sure.
It's even less pretty watching you get up off the floor.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
just
I was
going to
getting
say
at.
that. It's easier getting on the floor than off.
It's you're talking about a beach whale. God darn it.
That's like when I fell that time, what was it, a year or two ago? I fell in the bathroom and I laid on the floor and I yelled through the vents up to the upstairs because I didn't have my phone with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bad.
I laid
Must
there
have.
on that floor until they got some help to me. Fire department came and got me up off the floor and took me to the hospital.
Well, I like to get in the back in my little hallway. It comes out from my bathroom and lay on the floor for the dogs, get face to face with them. I
Yeah.
said, come here, I'm getting face to face. And I'll get down on my stomach. And Cleo will get over and she'll get about 4 feet from me, lay her face down, her butt in the air, and slide her face all the way up to me. You know, she got to be face down, ass up, you know. And she comes up there, gets right next to me, and then gives me one lick on the nose. And then she leans against me, and you hear her going, you know, all this.
Yeah.
So she's getting
Well,
loving.
she's checking you to see that's wrong. Is there something wrong with you? She was playing nurse.
Well, she give me loving. That's what she's doing.
Oh yeah, but you know the licking and all that kind of stuff. She's
Yeah.
checking your responses to make sure you're all right, because you know dogs, when you get hurt or don't feel well, they know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tino will come walking in there with his little badass self, and he'll get on the other side, and he'll put in my hand will be there, and he'll put his paw on top of my hand, and then lay down there, and then he'll give me a lick on the side, and then Loki jumps on my back. But then you ought to see me when I'm trying to get up. You know, I said, y'all gotta move, and it takes me a little bit of work to get up. Now, 2 years ago, I just popped right up.
Yeah.
Shoot, I laid on the futon the other day, flat on the futon. And when I
Right.
went to get up, I hurt my back a little bit.
That's not good.
It is David, keeper of the children.
Good afternoon, good morning.
Hi, David.
We gave you a new title there, David. You're going to be Lord David, keeper of the children.
Welcome to round 2 of David versus Slinky on steroids.
Have we not finished it yet?
Don't go there, Mark. Just don't go there.
Yeah, we were just having a long discussion about how, and Laura was in on the discussion about how you're going to miss those kids when they're gone. And the solution we came up with unanimously was that they ought to be just staying there permanently.
Adoption.
Excuse me one moment. I need to get a better speaker.
He said he's going to
I would
drink a
highly
beer.
recommend, Paul,
Yeah.
that you turn your computer up to full blast and listen to me good.
Right?
Pack it in! It's not happening. Not now. Not ever.
Hey, you know, one thing I've learned, David, you never say never, because sooner or later things turn around.
The only time those kids will be coming to live with us permanently is if anything happened to their parents. And even then, I'll be under protest.
And
Laura-
all depends
Laura
on
thought
what
it'd be great.
it all depends on what happens to the parents and which kid does it.
Yeah, which kid does it?
It's all fine.
You'll miss them
Well-
when they're not coming round anymore.
No, not really.
Really? David, I think so. We all took a vote and we thought that they ought to permanently stay right there at your house.
Shut up, Paul.
I abstained.
As you guys all know, I am all for democracy, the rights to vote and everything else. But on this occasion, I'm calling dictatorship back off now.
Yeah.
I abstained. I live too close.
After your discussion yesterday about voting and stuff, we thought we'd just take a vote.
Like I said, normally I'm all for it. You know, let's have a vote. But on this occasion, I'm going down the dictator route. It works.
Is it sunny down there?
Yes. What happened to the fucking thunderstorms? I said
Laura stopped charging her batteries.
probably.
It rained overnight, and
Oh, did it?
It was raining this morning.
Did it rain overnight? I thought the freaking windows were coming through.
Oh, I just must be sure.
We had hailstone around about 4 o'clock this morning. Jesus Christ, that was battling the windows.
Well, I had a dog pressed into one side of me and a cat lying on my chest.
Oh,
What the hell that mean? Donuts. No, it's turning a knot.
Well, now, how the kids go home tomorrow? You said.
Yeah. Woo! I mean, oh. No, actually, right first time. Woo!
Don't they just change shift and you get somebody else instead?
Yeah, we get the good kids. The older one, the quiet one.
Well, now, how old is the oldest ones?
16.
16. Oh.
We're not-
Oh, so you get-
that's not the one we're getting.
So you're getting Hannah.
No, we're getting Amber.
Hannah's the 16-year-old one.
Amber's the purer one.
Hannah is a handful, right?
Hannah's,
That's all right.
what's Amber then? 11 or 12?
10, 11.
Hey, Jonathan, fly safe today.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Well, enjoy that while you can, because in a couple of years she'll turn into a terror.
She won't. She's a.
I
She's,
didn't think Danielle would, but she did.
she's more into her education. She's like, she likes her maths and stuff. I think
Paul, that bridge in New Orleans, there's twin bridges that look just like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to get down. I'm waiting to get down there to fly those. They're doing some work on them right now, and they're putting LED lights.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to get. I can get over to the Algiers side because there's a pretty safe place in Algiers. Algiers is a bad place, but there's a ferry landing you can fly from. That's a pretty safe place because a lot of people. So I want to get over there and do it at nighttime and get New Orleans at night and get the lights on the bridge like that. The two
That'd be
bridges.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. And it's G airspace, so you don't have an issue with it. That's like yesterday, the state capitol, the one that's coming out in the morning. Because it's a Memorial Day when I'm gonna let it come out on Memorial Day.
Right.
450 feet is the top of the state capitol. Actually 463, I think they said, with the flagpole. And I was at 690, sitting above it, looking down at it, just going around doing the orbit on an angle. So that's the highest I have been, 690. And I tell you what, I kept hearing either a boat or a helicopter. I couldn't tell, coming from behind me. So I wanted to go up to about 700, 800 like that. But I couldn't chance it because I couldn't see it, but I could hear it. And I didn't want to be sitting at 700 feet by the Capitol and a helicopter come over to see the Capitol, same thing.
Right.
So I just stayed I stayed close to the Capitol where he couldn't go. But when I was at 360 feet or 350 feet as an observation tower, and then I did an orbit around the observation tower, and then like a pull away. And the pull away, you can see the people standing there looking out at the drone. But I had one little girl that ran out when I was getting ready to fly over with the Avata.
Yeah.
And I just had to just keep going. I did not go over her.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to slow that shot up. I just kept it going.
Do something happen.
I think highest I've been is 550 feet, and that was an accident.
Yeah.
I did an asteroid over the top of Drozdon Marina and didn't realise how far up it was going to go up further than it was already up.
Yeah. Well, it gave me yesterday was the first time it gave me I was in restricted airspace because I was in G airspace restricted because there's 3 helicopter ports. But that's the reason, the 3 helicopter ports. So I didn't have any restriction on height except 400 above AGL above the ground right there. I had 400 AGL above the building.
Yeah.
That was my restriction in flight. But when I got over 400, I got a warning on there that you are exceeding 400 AGL. You could be, depending on your area, you could be violating local laws. And that stupid thing got to come off of that. We don't need that all over our screen. You got to be able to see what you're doing.
Does that on ours as well.
In other words,
400 feet.
That's a good point, that Mark. With your eyesight being so bad, yeah, how do you keep it in line of sight?
Do
you have a telescope?
You're not allowed to use artificial aids.
Oh, that's a bit. Well, I'm screwed then because I've got glasses.
No, you can
No, that's
you can use
the only thing you can use.
glasses are allowed, but any other form of artificial aid like telescopes and binoculars aren't.
Now, I'll be honest with you, I was shocked. I was flying over by the river one day and I was at 1,100 feet away from it. And I watched the drone as I went to that point. And I turned around, I was doing a hyperlapse, and it was daytime. And at 1,100 feet, I could visibly see the Mavic 3. It shocked me that I really could see it. It was a dot, but I knew that was it.
Yeah, but the difference is over here now they've changed visible line of sight to be able to see which direction it's pointing in,
Yeah.
as well as see it, which means you can only go about 200 feet before you can't see where it's going.
Well, I heard they're getting ready to make a change here. It might not be till the end of the year, but it's going to happen. That visual line of sight is going to be extended. Basically, it's going to be as long as you know the direction of where your drone's at, so that if something happens in that area, you know your drone's over there. So
Well,
that's
you
going to
know
give us a
that.
little leeway.
You know that because there's a little compass on the bottom corner of the fly app that tells you where it is. So that's easy, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I am 107 there, Jonathan.
Surprised that in America they don't have it. Can you see the DJI logo? Yeah, well, it's banned now.
Mm.
Is that an official badge or is it one you've made?
It's got all the official information on it.
Right. What I
It
mean is,
says
everybody have
FAA
one. No,
FAA certified small USS remote pilot with my number. It's as official as this card right there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, does everybody have to have one, or is it just something you do?
That's something I do because since I do press work, I'd rather have my. Now this is what I was given for press work right here. That's the one I was given for my press work.
Yeah.
It's got who I work for and everything with all the press credentials in it. Like that, I'm gonna get it from me. All the press credentials. So to keep myself in the same realm, I just made a badge to go with the information on that.
Well, good idea. You should know
So it's got
that.
my name, it's got the FAA
If you go-
certified remote pilot and my badge number, and then the badge number is my card number. And then if I go out, like when I was in B airspace, when I'm going places that's like B airspace, I'll wear the vest that says remote pilot, and this sits right down into a clear pocket.
Yeah.
You know, so be honest with you, people see that and they don't bother with you.
You can
The
get the
more
cards
official
made
you
up
look.
on eBay, David.
You can what?
You can get cards made up on eBay, like credit card things with your name and details and
Yeah, it's a good idea.
flyer ID number on it. I've got one.
But yeah, I think it'd be good if you had one with your details on your photo and stuff.
They're only £3 or £4, something like that, off eBay.
But you think if it was compulsory, you had to have all your information with your photo on it. It would stop you being able then to share it with someone else. Because let's be honest.
I don't think it has a photo on it.
What's that?
I don't think it's got a photo on it.
No, what I'm saying is they should have, because if I was to fly a drone now and I get stopped, yeah, I can just say my name's Mark Allwhite, and this is my flight ID. This is my license thing. I'm good to go. Thanks, but actually I'm not.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's looking for less regulation than more, so I better shut up.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, you've got to have your operator ID on the drone itself as well.
Yeah, no.
What's up, Jonathan?
Joe, good morning, people. Joe, you part 107?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm
I was
about to
part
say
107. I was part 107 before I even flew the first drone.
before you flew your first drone.
That's right. I had the drone sitting over here on a table, and I'd fly it inside until I got my part 107. Then I went outside. The reason being is because when I started reading all the different rules and all the inferences and all of this stuff, I said, you know what? Me being a photographer for 50 years, if I put something, I don't want anybody to tell me anything. Let me get the license so that I can go out and fly it any damn way I feel like, as long as I'm following the rules.
True,
You
true.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had what was it, last year? A year before they changed the rule that in order to fly above a structure that's higher than 400 feet, you got to be part 107 now. You
Yep.
didn't used to have it. They changed it to that.
Yep. I went over there and then I checked that thing. It's actually 460 feet, the top of that. And I got up there and I was, like I said, I was at 690 and I kept hearing like a helicopter, or I couldn't tell if it was a helicopter or a boat on the river. I couldn't tell. It sounded like a helicopter, but it also sounded like it was a tugboat. So I'm saying, you know what? I could see where the drone's at right now because it's right there by the Capitol above it. And there's nothing flying around the top of the Capitol. So I'm not going up to 700-800 feet. I was thinking about trying to go exactly 400 above it and looking straight down. And I said, I'm not going to do it because if a chopper comes in, he's going to be about that height and I'm not going to deal with it. So I just stayed right where I was and then I brought it down.
Them helicopters be lower than that sometimes.
Oh, I'm telling you, they got should have been out on the lakefront a few weeks ago. I was out on the lakefront a few weeks ago, and there was a Black Hawk come flying in. It was not the lakefront, the riverfront. He come flying in down the river. What he did was he was showing off. He was playing, and he came in at the mouth of the river and followed the river, and he kept following the river all the way around the river, all the way up to the interstate, which is about 6 miles. You can see him going back and forth serpentine and all the river following it. And he was about 50 feet above the river. I mean,
They might have been looking in the river for somebody. If he was 50
feet. He was playing. I guarantee he was playing. Because they do that all the time. They come through here between Alvin Callender Field out in Belchase, Louisiana, that's south of New Orleans, up to Hammond, where they've got another base. And it's right there by Johnny.
They use that river for like a training exercise or something?
Yeah, I think that's what they were doing, using it for mapping or something, you know. It was probably a mapping deal they were doing, but he was wide open, cutting that river, cutting those corners, and he was 50, 75 feet max. I just sat the drone right there on the side. I was on the side and watched him go by. And I said, and then I got my phone out because I wanted to get him coming back with the phone. And he kept going up the other way. So I said, oh, he got darn it.
Waited too late.
Yeah, but they on the lakefront out here, they'll come screaming across the lakefront out of Slidell up the same way. Alvin Callender's that way. And they'll be right there on the edge of the coast of the lakefront at about 50 feet. And they got usually 2 of them and they scream across. But they're not the problems. You know what the problem is? The ones going, the jets, the 18s and the A10s that come through here, because you don't hear them till the last second. And those suckers, I was out by the football stadium flying a pond behind the football stadium, and I heard that initial touch of the jet, and I said, he's low. And I brought the thing down to the tree level, and he was about 30 feet over the tree level. And there was 2 of them, and they when they went over the stadium, they were about maybe 40 feet over the stadium, and they went over the stadium tipping their wings, you know, as they shot by.
Are they allowed to do
shot right over me?
Military, yeah.
Yeah.
Over here, you have to be so far. When it comes to sporting events, even military, they have to be so high.
They didn't care.
Because well, Mark will know, Man City fans and Man United fans are always taunting each other with aeroplanes, carrying banners. Well, Blackpool did one to us many years ago. And the pilot, because he was a Blackpool fan, he really wanted to drive the message home. Enjoy League One, it said. And well, it came over and the stadium shook the roof. Yeah, he regretted that one. It was low enough that even back then, I'd say 2011, somebody was able to get a mobile phone out and get a picture of his reference on his plane.
Oh wow, gotcha.
So they've now put flight restrictions in that you can't go below a certain.
Yeah, they do what they want to around here sometimes. I was flying with Johnny one day out by the lighthouse, and I heard that whoop, whoop, like I said, Blackhawks, and we looked up and they come flying right down the coast.
I mean, it's good that you know what you're listening for.
I put this
What is
skin
the
on my
Blackhawk?
laptop yesterday, didn't like it. I didn't like the way it fit, so I put it back on this morning, put it upside down. God darn it.
What is the Black Hawk? Has that taken over from the Apache?
Yeah, it's a helicopter.
Yeah, a little bigger.
I want to say the one they made after the Apache even.
Yeah, I think so. Like the movie Black Hawk Down, it's a bigger one. And boy,
Well,
it
how you doing,
can
man?
maneuver.
Didn't it originally be called an Apache Blackhawk?
No.
Now that I don't know.
No. Paul, you ain't lost no drones lately, have you?
No, not lately, but I added another backup drone, so
You bought another drone, Paul? What you get this time?
another Air 2S.
A second Air 2, so now you got two of them.
Yep,
How many batteries you got?
6.
6? 2 Air 2S's, 6 batteries.
Yep.
Let me know if you want some more.
I've got one Air2S and 5 batteries.
I got one Air 2S, but I got 13 batteries.
Oh my
Ew.
God.
Holy cow.
Don't worry, Paul. The way you're dunking your drones, you'll be there at that level soon.
Mind you, I've got 6 now. I've got an Air 2 and an Air2S, and I've got 6 batteries between them.
That's
Oh.
1, 2, 3 hours. What them 34-minute batteries? 3 hours, 16 minutes.
I may
Yeah.
have. I
No,
may
the
have.
Air2S, you only get just over 20 minutes.
Oh, both of y'all talking at the same time. I didn't hear
What's
near
that,
one of you.
David?
Sorry.
I was saying I may have bought Aura's drone for her, but I haven't got a clue which one it is.
She has the Mini 2.
I thought you got the 2SE.
No, she got the Mini 2.
I think she had an SE, didn't she? And then I bought her another one that she said was better.
I thought it was Mini 3 Pro.
Mm-mm.
That you bought her.
No,
No, it wasn't.
she got the Mini 2. Tammy Jean had got the Mini 3 Pro for Christmas. Cause I got some. I still got these ND filters that I want to send to along, but they want to charge like what $50, $50 to send it over there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know how to get you.
That's expensive, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah,
got
because
the
the filters don't even cost that much.
The
She got the
reason,
Avata 2 for her birthday the other week.
Say again?
I said she got the Avata 2 for her birthday a few weeks ago.
Lil Llama?
Tammy,
No, Tommy Jean.
Oh, yeah. She FPV pilot for sure.
how's that look, Paul?
I'm not buying Laura another drone until she sorts
Looks
out this
good.
weather.
Until she what?
That's my laptop skin.
Wow.
Until she does what, David?
So she sorts out the weather problem.
Yeah, she got to quit fooling with them batteries because now it's affecting me.
Okay, David. So it's always raining in the daytime there, right? Does it rain in the nighttime?
It's glorious sunshine out there at the moment.
But yeah, it
She
rained
not
all
out
night.
there.
But she went to charge a battery yesterday, and we checked the weather forecast, and it said thunderstorms, rain all day. Yeah, so she was like, right, don't even bother, put it back in the box. Today it rained this morning, but now it's clear sunshine.
Last week we had a day. Last week we had a day where it rained for 36 hours non-stop.
Oh yes.
That's when Laura charged the batteries up. I've never known anyone so unlucky with them fucking batteries.
What I don't know, maybe it's me. What's the issue with her charging her batteries? I don't
When she
Every
starts,
time she charges the batteries up, it rains.
Yeah.
So
They, they
she's charged the batteries about 27 times and only flown twice.
they don't discharge in one day.
yeah, but they don't. It rains until she discharges them.
She discharges them. She's got the mini too.
No, she doesn't discharge them. I mean,
They discharge on their own.
Right. It would take it takes I want to say
4 days,
At least-
5 days or something.
yeah, about 7 days to lose
Yeah, at
one
least a
cell
week.
if it's not sitting on the shelf. Right. So it would literally take
You can
how many-
actually
how many-
set. You can
yeah, it would
set
take
it.
like
in
a month to even discharge all the way
can-
complete.
you can set it in the app as to how long you want it to be before it returns to storage.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
think you can set it from anything between 1 day and 7 days, I think.
Yeah, because I know that last week I said to her, I went, get your drone out. We'll get it out while the weather's good. She went, oh, I need to charge my batteries up. Within an hour, it was pissing it down. Like, the fuck?
That's crazy. Me, I literally leave my batteries on the charger. I don't take them off until I'm about to use them. And I've been doing this for what, going on 3 years now, and I've never had a swollen battery.
Yeah, I leave 3 of my Mini 3 Pro batteries on charge permanently.
Yeah, the way if you got the charging brick, no matter for which drone, if you got the brick, the technology in there will
Yeah,
keep your batteries from overcharging. It'll keep them from burning up. You can literally leave it on the charger. Even if they discharge while they're on the charger, they're not going to charge back up while sitting on there. You would literally have to take it out and then stick it back in for it to start charging again. So you can actually leave your batteries on your charger. I know in the beginning people used to say you couldn't do that, but like I say, 3 years and not one battery have I ever swole. Somebody got it wrong.
Well, she's definitely taken a drone out this week. Even if you have to print it an umbrella.
Or she can buy a wetsuit.
yeah, but it takes it over 250 grams.
Who's going to know?
The wetsuit?
Oh yeah, they're that close.
Yeah,
to
because the
250
mini is
grams.
248. Yeah, it's 248. Well, I mean, I don't know. For yeah. Wetsuit. I'm thinking skin. A wetsuit would take it over 240.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate being OCD. I put this skin on 3 times and taking it off 4 times. Now I'm on my 4th time putting it on because it's just not lining up exactly how I want it.
Oh, bloody hate that.
Skin in the drone?
No, this is the skin on the laptop.
Oh, that should be easy.
Well, it's easy, but I'm like a 1/4 of an inch off here, so I don't like the way it looks.
Just fix it.
I'm
It's-
done.
The skin
That's
of
That's what
drone.
I'm gonna get. I'm done.
That's what scalpels are for.
Yeah, I know. So I've been using.
The skin of drone, man, to get it on there right takes you at least anywhere from what 3 to 5 hours, and that's nonstop.
Well, I don't put a skin on my drone.
Mm. I bought when I bought my original Mini that had a red skin on it for about 5 minutes after I got it.
5 minutes after.
I bought it, it had a red skin on it. 5 minutes after I got it, it didn't have a red skin on it.
Wait. You bought it with a red skin on it?
Yeah,
And took it off.
you
Oh,
got
you took it off?
yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan, got to remember, mark all whites are blue.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. Mark all whites are blue, so anything red.
There is that. But no, I just didn't like it with the red skin on
Mark, let me find out you gang related.
Yeah.
it.
No one mentioned
Strange-
the football yesterday.
Strangely enough, the only gang that ever existed in Droylsden was the Brolly Boys.
Never heard of them. I've never became part of a gang. I've always been totally against it.
Well, the reason being that a brolly is what we call an umbrella
Umbrella.
because it's always raining. So they were called the Brolly Boys.
Well, I gotta admit, I have been part of a gang.
Yeah, but the
The
Marines
United
don't
States
count.
Marine Corps.
Biggest gang in the world. Uncle Sam's.
Yeah. Uncle Sam's misguided children. And my son's part of that gang now.
Yeah.
Following in my footsteps.
My cousin's son was a Royal Marines commando. Until he got murdered in Thailand.
Well, that sucks.
Working as security on a pipeline.
Yeah, a good job.
He got murdered working in security on a pipeline?
Yeah.
Hmm.
On that.
That's the military life for you.
No, it was after he came out, but
Oh, damn.
Yeah, a lot of ex-servicemen go into security like that.
yeah,
You
working
know how
for
many people retire from the service and die right after?
Quite a lot, I bet.
Yeah.
Mm,
There was a guy in LA a few years ago, was shot and robbed on the side of the road, and he had been through Afghanistan like 3 times and survived all of that. Somebody, he was fixing a tire, guy pulled up on him and shot him.
Life fucking arse, isn't it?
it got to the point at work where people were getting worried about retiring early because 6 people that retired early died within about 3 months of retiring.
Yeah. When I was stationed at,
Oh, I like the sound of that. My mother just decided to retire.
Oh, don't worry, I retired 14 years ago.
we had a first sergeant in the Marine Corps and his wife. He had been in 30 years, and he had two teenage kids, like 17, 18, like that, 17, 18, or 17, 16. And he's making 30 years, and they were in South Carolina, as at Parris Island. And he was retiring, and he was driving up to sign his papers to finalize his house in Charleston, South Carolina, where they were going to live. Went up, signed the papers. On the way home, got the accident, got killed. 2 days before his retirement in the Marine Corps.
But I mean, life can be such a sweat.
Well,
And the
I
worst
guess
part about it,
that
the
made a
worst part
bigger
about it
payout
is
for
that his
wife
insurance
dying
paid for the house, but the kids now are on their own, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny part about it, the kids were supposed to go up that day with him, but there was something going on at school and they wanted to stay. So it could have wiped out the whole family.
Yeah, could have, yeah.
What's up, Don? Uncle Bill?
Hi, Don, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Hi, Don. I thought I'd go the opposite way to you guys.
I think the other Bill was in as well a little bit earlier.
All right, hi, the other Bill.
Chin.
And I got a place I want to go fly today, but I want to also wait and then get Johnny up there. It's a little bit north of him. And so I got to drive past him. It's the Tangipahoa River, and it's a place where they do tubing a lot. I want to get up there and fly that area with all the people doing tubing with the inner tubes in the river, and just fly the river like that.
For a minute then,
That's
I
what
thought you meant they made tubes there.
Well, it's inner tubes like
I
regular
thought you were
car
talking about
tubes.
snorkeling at first.
No.
Yeah.
But they get in there in the tubes and float down the river with their ice chests and everything else.
Yeah, things like tractor tubes.
Yeah. I might just wait till we can do it, but that'll be during the week. You see, the weekend they're out tubing, so I can go up to the Bug Falaya right up the street, and it's probably going to be all kind of kayakers all over today. I could probably get some real good footage of kayakers. Let's see.
I remember the good old days of the old raft race on the River Ribble. You'd see them all. You would set off from Manchester and they'd go down to Salisbury. And as there was coming down the river, you'd see them all acting cocky, thinking, oh, we're going to make it. We've only got to go around the corner. Forgot about the rapids. Them rapids used to destroy them rafts.
Shoot, we got 25-mile-an-hour winds.
I've been fly fishing on the Ribble in Ribchester behind a pub.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a good place. Yeah, I like Ribchester. But it's not as posh as it used to be.
I bought one of my cars from Bamber Bridge as well.
Oh, I've got a mate who lives in Bainbridge.
I got a Vauxhall County from there.
Wasn't a black one, was it?
No, gold.
Waypoint, good morning. Mudball, how you doing, Mudball? Uncle Bill's Toys was here.
And he was here.
Jonathan, good brother.
Yes, sir.
You like being family, yeah?
Say again?
You like being good family, yeah?
Do I like being good family?
Yeah.
I do.
Some kids.
No, don't want you. Don't worry about the kids. That's not the problem.
I heard you got some gremlins.
Yeah, I need you to just come over here and sort this filament out.
Sort the who out?
The filament.
The filament.
Yeah,
A spool of filament. Yeah.
The filament for your printer?
yeah.
I don't know nothing about no 3D printer, man. Joe made
No.
sure that I didn't get one.
No. Don't worry about that. You just need to fight with it and ravel it up.
Round up the filament.
Yeah, I had a refill and it burst out the packaging, and now it's just literally it's tied itself up. I don't know how.
What you got to wrap it? What? I don't even know what filament look like, man.
It looks like
Spaghetti.
a big loop of cable.
I thought that's what it looked like once it messes up.
Yeah, well, that's what it.
That is what it looks like when it's messed up. Trust me.
You got to talk to that man. You got to talk to that man right to Joe. Yeah, he know about it.
Like
Yeah.
that.
That's what,
It came
That's
loose,
what it
and
looked
he
like.
had to. It came as a loose cable, and he has to wind it onto a spool so that it'll work properly. Only when he opened the bag, it all fell out and got all tangled up.
Slinky on
So you
steroids.
need a 3D thing to spool it on.
No, I've got one of them. It's all bird nested.
Oh, you in trouble. That's gonna take you some hours.
Yeah, I know. Nothing worse is when you've half done it and you think, right, I'll just leave it there, I'll carry on later. You come back and some little shits have kicked it around and it's
And
all
it's all unraveled again.
yes.
Who did that? The kids or the birds?
Well, the birds don't come in the kitchen, so
Hmm?
That's no way to talk about Laura.
if I could ban Laura from the kitchen, I would.
I think I know who it is.
Look,
Dude.
the time everybody sparked my interest with 3D printers, Joe bought his, and we watched Joe go through mental stability.
Just
Messing with that
Instability.
thing.
your brother.
Yeah, I think about the 4/5 problem. I said, I ain't fooling with it at all. No, y'all can have that one. Was my exact words.
But hey.
Y'all can have that one. I don't want it.
I printed these bumpers. So,
Oh, those bumpers look good.
yeah, I printed the bumpers off of TPU. They work.
Where?
Well, he's low.
Jonathan's the one at the bottom.
Heading southeast. Definitely quite low. Must be heading towards the airport.
You know which one's Paul, don't you?
Yeah.
Good,
Which one's Paul?
good, because you need to recognise him when you get off the airplane.
'Cause, hey, you like being there with your cousin David, your Uncle David?
She'd prefer to be there with mini Boston creams.
Yeah, David is going to have to get her Boston creams.
No,
David's going to.
What do you mean, Paul?
David-
You got cases. You better share that with the children. You got cases.
David's going to take her to go to the donut shop, right, David?
no.
Pack it in, Paul. Pack it in.
That's
David likes to get you special little treats.
No, don't.
I know.
Do you like donuts?
She's done her run. Oh no, she's back.
Precious heard that. She said yes.
Dominic, what's Dominic done to you? Dominic's not even here.
Hello. What do you want, mate? You woke up off the sofa. Did you? You wake up.
Hey, David, you and Joe got it. I'm going to go get a chip.
Yeah,
Okay.
Be careful, Paul.
Oh, look, it's Jonathan.
He's moving on from it. Moving. He's moving on from Air 2Ss. He's now going buying
Laura
ships.
says, oh my gosh, it's Jonathan.
Did you see him run up?
He's giving up buying drones. He's now going buying ships.
Yep.
He's buying what?
Ships.
Tomatoes.
Are you serious?
No, he's not.
Oh.
Could you
He said he
imagine?
was going. Said he was going to get a ship.
Yeah. Look, let's be honest
He said
here.
he was going to take a shit.
Right. Honest here, right? This is Paul, right? We've seen what he's like with these drones. Do we really want him controlling one of them big container ships?
Ooh.
He's pretty accurate flying them drones.
Of course he is.
I mean, that would be different driving a ship around a drone.
What I think what
Yeah.
Paul's slight issues are when he goes and does something different. Yeah, like trying to record ice on a river. That's just
Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah.
goes out of his comfort zone and he panics a little bit. But he's still good.
Or flying in fog. That was the first one.
Yeah. No.
Go and sit down.
Did anybody tell him he shouldn't do that?
After it had happened, yeah.
Come on, that girl. Come on, that
Yeah.
girl.
I mean, he's only lost 3 of them so far.
Hey
Finally.
Google, what's the lead score?
So he just started.
Hey Google, what's the lead score?
What? What?
Training Southampton 1-0 in the first.
Oh, fuck off. The one time they fucking win and you lose.
Leeds United are playing Southampton today.
That's it.
Just sod's law in it.
Just to see who goes up into the next division.
I only want Leeds. I only want Leeds to win because I don't like Richie Sunak and he supports Southampton. The whole country's behind Leeds today, which is the first.
Leeds have never been the same since Billy Bremner and Norman Hunter.
You know what? If I was Southampton, I'd gain some brownie points at ban Sunak from the ground.
I ban you
Yeah, if you want.
from every football ground.
Well, you could try, but it's not going to work.
Mhm.
I could stab myself though.
Yeah, you do that.
Don't do that.
If you're going to stab yourself and you record just doing it, I don't want to go down for murder. Well, not one out of infamy anyway.
No, yeah. If you're going to stab yourself, you've got to do it with a yum yum and stab yourself in the mouth.
Little llama don't
Yum, yum.
listen to that. If you go
You know,
stab
you-
yourself, use David to do it. That's what you do.
No, I don't. Hell. Especially if I don't get the pleasure of doing it.
But you got the right knife.
Yeah, that is the right night.
You got the right knife.
I don't do knives. Not allow them.
Yeah, he's not allowed to.
Somebody help him, please. Somebody help him.
That's
Gotta have a
why
K-bar.
Laura keeps getting the kids round.
I'm actually bad for handling knives.
Come on.
Right. Whatever you do, don't touch that. If I come back and that's deslinked, right, you're doomed.
Motion. Detector.
Oh, well.
Don't break him, so I don't have to glue him back together.
It's the only problem with bamboo. The supports are always too strong.
I got the same issue. I do the organic supports like a little tree. And
Yeah,
it's still, if I don't clip them off right away, they're stuck on it.
Yeah, I've just made that mistake. Well, Stitcher's got a face. Matthew wanted a glow in the dark Stitch. Wasn't it? There's no wire cutters. Right, so where I had them, they're here, but they're not.
Oh, no, the little ones.
Red handles. Shoot.
You don't want mushrooms in yours, do you?
Put mushrooms in mine and see what happens.
I might think about this. I've got a little pocket knife that's on eBay, that's been on eBay for probably about 2 years. It's a little bitty pearl with it's about 3 inches, 2.5 inches long, maybe 3 inches long. It says Jack's Brewing Company, meaning the beer company that used to be here. And it's got their logo on it, and it's got a little saying on it. I can't remember what it says. But let me see if I can read it.
You
The
sure you
logo says drink best. It says drink best beer in town, Jack's, on it, and it's pearl on both sides, and brass, and it's got one blade. It's got a corkscrew, and I've got it out there, and because it may be the only one left in existence, because I can't find anybody with one. I've got a friend of mine that does all the antiques, and he says he can't find one anywhere. The company, the owners of the company, the Fallbachers, one of the sons contacted me and said that they lost everything that they had like this in Katrina. So he said, hold on to it. And I've got it out there for $1,800. And I've had somebody just offered me $1,500 for it.
Jay,
I'm thinking about it. Let me tell you why I haven't sold it. Because it was my grandfather's. He retired from Jack's.
what is it again?
It's a little bitty knife.
Like a Swiss Army knife?
It's just a little bitty. Safe open. Find it. I'll get it. I'll show you. I got it locked in the safe. Actually, I'm gonna show you a picture of where eBay can't have a fit. I mean, Facebook can't have a fit.
YouTube.
Same thing. Close enough. Anything to do with the internet. The hell with them, you know.
God, Facebook's just full of crap.
So YouTube. Don't do it.
Oh, I packed that in if I were you.
Oh, no. This is not happening.
It is.
That right there, Jonathan. It's just a little with a corkscrew, a little knife with a corkscrew.
And he wants to give you $1,500 for that?
Yep.
You ain't sold it yet. It's a knife.
Like
dude.
I said,
Listen, go
it
sell
may
that
be the
one for
last one.
$1,500. Go sell that $1,500. Buy one of these for $15.
I got one of those.
Collector's item.
Yeah, it may be the only one. The friend of mine told me he would give me $1,000 that does antique. I said, so what are you going to get for it? 2? And he says, probably 15.
Yeah, he definitely gonna profit. You might well gonna get that 15.
If you're willing to sell it and you want to sell it, go for the 15.
I'm
It's
thinking
been on
about it.
It's been on there for 2 years. It's a long time.
Listen, here's the thing about old stuff, right? About stuff we get from people down the line. We'll get it. Let's say this belonged to my great grandfather, right? I would have got
Yeah.
it from him. And I'd have took it and I'd have put it somewhere and it would have just sat there for umpteen years doing nothing. I'd have died, that knife would have still been there and sat there. Guess what my children or grandchildren might have did when they seen it in 30, 40 years from now, with time has passed, this all this new stuff, they'd have threw it in the garbage.
You got a point.
Sell it. That's where you're gonna get your man at, so to speak. Because you ain't never gonna do nothing with it. Because it belongs
It's
to
in the
great, you
safe.
do nothing with it. You ain't gonna use it to try to unscrew no screw. You ain't about to carve no apple. You ain't about to cut no wood. None of that. Sell it.
I have it in the safe right now, wrapped in bubble wrap in a container.
It'd be in the mailbox.
Well, I just emailed them.
Matthew,
So we're gonna see.
This is not happening. Oh my God.
Good.
Think. Where could I possibly put that?
And it's not like the last thing I have from them. I have a set of cufflinks from them that are gold cufflinks.
you've been told.
Did you get me?
From the sounds of that, Jonathan's forgotten where he's put his coffee.
No,
I don't know who's
my gimbal cover
it.
for my Air 3.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, see, it does and it doesn't, right? Because one, I'm not gonna stick it in the bag without the cover. But two, if I don't find that gimbal cover, I'm taking this back, which means I'm gonna have 7 batteries.
There's only one of them.
Yeah, sorry, just put it. I need one.
You get a gimbal cover.
Did you check the bag?
You get a gimbal cover
Yeah.
for $4 on eBay.
I'm looking in the bag.
When's the last time you flew it? Where?
For the Air 3 yesterday. But I didn't have I already had the gimbal cover off for like 3 days.
What was that in a minute?
Johnny dropped his the other day, his gimbal cover, and it broke.
Just go on eBay. They're only $3 or $4.
No,
what?
they were like
No.
14.
My drones are fully insured. I will take this back to Best Buy, hand them this and 1 battery, and they're gonna give me a whole new setup.
Just because you lost the gimbal cover.
Yeah, the insurance. I have total check care, right? So if anything goes wrong with this, I can take it back. Anything. If I get a scratch on there, I can take it back. Say, hey, it's scarred up. I need another one. They're gonna log it in, make sure it's the one that I bought from them. They're gonna hand me a whole new box.
A whole new box with a new remote controller in it and everything.
Everything. I know you don't think I went and bought 13 batteries for my Air 2S when they're $115 a piece, did you? You didn't think I did that, did you? I tried to put people on about Total Tech Care at Best Buy when I came in the community, but then nobody listened. So, a few people did.
Every time you take it back, you get given a new drone, another controller, and 3 more batteries.
If you got Total Tech Care from Best Buy and something goes wrong with your drone and you take it back, no matter what condition you take it back in or what you bring back, as long as you bring back that drone, that controller, they're going to hand you a whole new box. A whole new box.
And if Beth Buy are listening, he's making it up.
They can listen all they want. It's in their policy. That's
What are you telling them,
the
David? You're telling them pack it in?
look. That's the price of having Total Tech Care. It covers all of that. I literally asked the guy one time when I took it back. I said, "Listen, man, I got to bring this back so I can keep these batteries, right?" He said, "Listen, you got total tech care as long as I don't see you. Take it out the box you just gave me. I ain't nothing I can do about it." I said, "Go ahead and log it in." And then to log it in, I grabbed the battery, stick it in my pocket. You just gave me clearance.
Yep. That's what it sounds like.
Right, Laura, are you listening to this?
No.
When I buy a printer and I take it back because they only give you half ink cartridges, right? When it clearly says on the box that you get full ones, but you know you've been given a half one, right? When I take them ink cartridges out, I'm only doing the same.
No, you're not.
Did you get it from Best Buy?
No, right. Wherever I buy it,
That's
We
that's
don't
the
have
problem.
it's the one of the annoying things. When you buy a printer these days, they always state on the box comes with free ink. Yeah, and shows a full cartridge. But when you get that cartridge out and check it, it's only a half.
Yeah, it's
So-
not got all that much ink in it.
What I do is I go, right, there's no ink cartridge in this, I'm taking it back.
Yep, and keep the half cartridge.
And I take it back and I say to them, it's got no ink cartridges. When I get it home with a new one, I've got a full ink cartridge. Well, it stays on the box.
There you go.
Now, if the manufacturer didn't try ripping me off, they wouldn't have a problem with this. So I see it.
So you haven't got Epson then?
No, I got you.
What's
David,
that?
you've
No, I
not,
got you
you've
there.
not got an Epson.
Not got.
Epson.
I've got.
Canon.
Canon.
Yeah. The Epson has a separate cartridge for each colour. That way, one colour runs out, you don't have to replace the whole lot.
Yeah, the Canon's the same. But I've got an A3 printer.
Well, my A3 printer is a laser, and
I love my A3 printer, but the niche.
it's about 3 foot square by about 2 foot tall.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, my niece knows I've got an A3 printer. And all the time, she's like, "Is your printer working?" No.
Yeah. She
I
wants to
got a
print
pretty
it
girl here give me some loving.
It's like we're at a pinch point. Look, it's wrapped around there.
Sorry, no help.
This is Cleo. Cleo came to give me some loving.
Someone has to.
Found it.
No, he's listening. He'll get his revenge.
Oh, where's the tin opener?
Only reason she came up here, she wanted to see if there's anything up there to eat.
Okay.
No. Don't do that. Don't even think about it. Don't you dare. Thank you.
Hi, Brian.
Where you going? Where you think you're going? Oh, that's my favorite girl.
Now,
You know what this looks weird doing it with pork mince?
and then around.
Oh, this little thing here, she needs to stop eating too.
Got feeding then.
Well, what she does, she goes stand in the hallway, and when Loki gets food out the dish, he brings it over, puts some down for her, and then eats his.
Yeah.
My mum's got used
So
to do.
she's got him trained. She knows that he knows that if she doesn't get some, she'll bite him.
Sounds fun. My mum's poodles used to be exactly the same. The littler one, she would wait for the bigger one to bring in the treats and then share them. But when you used to give them the big dog, the big chew bones things, she would sit and deliberately wait with hers until it had run out. And then she'd sit there teasing the other one with it. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. No. Don't do that. You can snap. You snap. I snap.
We all snap.
Yeah, Paul said he got another ship coming right now, so he's gonna make it a twofer.
You.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's called me and I said, "Oh Lord, I hope he's not telling me something wrong."
Good drones in the drain.
I was thinking he was calling me to say, "What? How do I get it to return to home or something?" You know? Like, oh Lord,
Yeah, hit the
just
return
press
home.
return to home and put your controller away.
That all depends on what he's got his return to home height set for nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
As to whether it goes
like I said,
under,
I'd set
over,
that sucker.
or through the bridge.
I'd set that sucker over that bridge and let it come home. And if it gets over 400, let it happen. He's port 107. You know, that's the thing he needs to realize. He's port 107.
Yeah,
Set
he
it
can
at
fly
500 and let it come
400 feet
back.
above the
You know?
bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would do. If I'm flying that every day, that sucker would be set at 500 right there, coming back. So I heard from a very good source this morning that there is an update coming out probably by Tuesday for the Avata 2.
Yeah, so make it long.
So that's a good thing because it's got two main quirks and it's really starting to bother me.
Yeah.
One of the quirks is that when you're flying level and you're taking your time and you're going slow, it seems like it drifts to the left a little bit.
Yeah, it's
No
like
matter what you do, it starts drifting on you. The other quirk is when you do like the 180 slide and it flips and it starts going backwards. When you come off the trigger and you try to give it something, sometimes it'll just hover there and seems like it's going down lower. So if you're 4 feet off the water, it seems like it wants to keep going down. So you usually got to be 5 feet off the water to do the flip. But when you finish, you might be 2 feet off the water before you get control of it to make it move again.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, I know that kind of makes you squeeze your cheeks a few times. It's happened to me more than once.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm hoping that's part of the fix.
I very nearly got an early night. Well, early for me anyway. I nearly got to bed at 1 o'clock because Art didn't come on. And then I made a mistake of checking out the golf. And it was 3:30 when I went to bed.
Yeah, that's not good. So, Jonathan, this drone has been out for going on 7 weeks. I have 71 flights on it.
You was the first one to have it, wasn't you?
I was the first one in the community to have it. Probably, I've probably got more flights than Billy Kyle.
Now that's saying something.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I bet you he don't have 71 flights on it.
Oh no. Billy's one of the people that gets it before we do. So
yeah, but I bet.
Yeah, but he only goes out a few times. You see what I mean?
You figured, I don't know, if I got a drone a month before everybody else, it's a new drone. I'm probably in the air every day with it. Because mind you, got to do a review. So I don't know. That's
I'd like to know. I'd like to know how many flights he has on it.
ask him.
I'm gonna have to.
I can just imagine Billy Kyle's office in his house with shelves and shelves of drones. He must have about 30 or 40 drones.
My
I never did. Good.
but that's Marcus Crawford. He's got shelves and shelves of drones.
Oh, I know. But Marcus actually sells some of them.
Yeah, Marcus is selling the edition he has to get the new edition that's coming out. Like he sold his Air 2S.
Yeah, he
For the
sold it
Air
to us a couple of days ago, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, the 71 flights, 47.657 miles.
Probably sold it. I bet that's the one. What's it? Paul's bought it off Marcus.
Possibly.
I mean, that was the weirdest one, though, wasn't it? When we were
Which-
watching Paul's stream a few weeks or months back or whenever it was, and the FAA phoned him up to ask him who he sold
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
his Mavic 2 Zoom to, and it was Mikey.
Oh shit. It was Mikey?
Yeah, it was Mikey.
That's why they called him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you know what the good news is? I'm looking at my battery usage on these three drones.
Mhm.
And now battery 3, I got to get in the air. So it's 20. The other two are 25 and 26. So some reason battery 3 is not getting the air time. So I got to make sure
What?
battery 3 is going to be my number one for a while.
Nah.
my-
Actually, what you do is you leave it just like that. So when the other two get bad, you know you still got a good one.
Well, I'm about to get another good one because Johnny's got one. He got some from Lon, and instead of 130, it was 115. So I can get one for 115. So I'm gonna probably get the one from him. They'll give me a fourth battery. But
Mhm.
it's telling me my battery 2 and battery 1 are at 99%, and at my battery 3 is still at 100%.
Wait a minute. The Vada batteries cost 140?
130 a piece.
130?
Yeah, the Vada 2.
Those are only what you get? 15 minutes, 17 minutes?
Oh no, those things are
No,
23
you get
minutes.
about 20, 22 out of them, don't you?
22,
Yeah.
22 minutes?
About
That's
23.
crazy. That's crazy. Because the what I want to say, the Air 2S batteries, what, a 115 a piece?
Yeah.
And that's 34 minutes.
Yep.
The Mini 3 batteries are only £60 a piece.
Which ones?
And
The 34s or the 47s?
That's 34 minutes.
The 34s?
We're not supposed to be able to buy the 40-odd minute one in the UK. We
Yeah,
can't.
they for some reason I remember they banned y'all from having the extended life batteries. Why? Why was that anyway?
Because it took it over 250 grams and therefore took it out of the classification that it was made for.
But who
So
knows?
you would just have to register it, right?
Well,
Wait.
no, you don't have to register it. You just need a flyer ID to fly it. We don't register any of our drones. We just register ourselves.
But
Okay.
question for you: how would anyone know it's gone over the 249?
Because the 34-minute battery has written on it.
No, but
250
No.
grams.
How they would know is if it's over 250 grams, your remote ID activates or some craziness like. Wait a minute.
right. I was going
We
to say,
don't have remote.
did he
We
not?
don't have remote ID, so it doesn't do it over here either.
How did they? I'm trying to remember.
Saying is, right, unless somebody comes and weighs the drone, no one knows what the weight of that freaking drone is. Just because it actually says on it 249. So as
Yeah,
far
but
as I'm looking at it, I only got
no.
2.
No. It says it on the back of the lightweight battery. The
Yeah,
heavier
the 34
battery,
say 249.
the heavier
The 47 say
battery
nothing.
doesn't say anything. So if
What?
it doesn't say it, yeah, the heavier battery hasn't got 249 on it, but
What?
the lighter battery has.
But who's
Yeah.
It's
checking?
not written on. It's not written on the drone.
Yeah, the lighter ones have 249 written on it.
The police can stop you on the way in, by the way.
I mean, I have got two of the heavier ones. It just means that I can only fly it in rural areas with those batteries in.
Yeah, but who's ever been stopped and had the drone weighed?
There was a guy he was one of the reaction type,
Oh, one of
what
the
they call them.
yeah.
What the hell do they call it now?
Or the auditors.
Auditors, yeah, which is not the right word for them anyway, but
Arseholes.
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was flying
The
somewhere.
249 ones got it written on there, and then the ones that don't have it on
Yeah.
there.
No, a member of the police drone unit came and pulled up next to his car and started talking to him about visual line of sight. Says, because from here you can't see where your drone is because the trees are in the way. And he proved it. He knew what he was on about by getting his drone out the back of the police car. And when it landed, he said, right, well, at least you've got the right battery in it.
Y'all got drone police over there?
We've got police who use drones. They're not basically droning the police or policing the drone community, but they do.
Oh, they just
do
use
that.
drones for their daily. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but they
not-
use drones for that. But they are the ones they call when there is a drone-related matter.
Issue, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of these auditors they antagonize the police. So yeah, it's good to see one of the police retaliating back and going, you know what? Yeah, you're gonna piss us off in our line of duty, trying to quote the regulations on us. Let's get you on the regulations.
He just told him to drive his car about another 50 yards down this particular road where there was no trees, and then he'd be all right.
Well, at least he was helpful. I suppose. Yeah, I used to watch some of the auditors, but they pissed me off when they started getting. they're just antagonising people to get a reaction.
Yeah.
How some of them have not been decked, I'll never know.
Like the guy that decided that it would be fun to stand outside the BBC's studio type thing and go and fly over the set of EastEnders and while they were filming.
Yeah. Was that DJ Audits by any chance?
I think so.
You see, I used to watch him, but then when he got audited himself and revealed who he was, yeah, he didn't like it.
Auditor got audited.
Yeah, he has his own. So when he audited
I
him,
like the one where he was flying over a scrapyard and the scrapyard people came out and threatened to beat him up.
yeah.
Don't argue with them.
I mean, he is one of the better auditors. He doesn't always antagonise, but yeah, when he got audited himself and didn't like it, I was like, right, that's it, you're over. I ain't watching your shit.
Yeah. Well, they tend to fly where they know they're going to get people come out and try and move them on.
Yeah.
That must be Paul's second ship coming through right now.
How do you know how many ships he's had?
It's a giant, could it a big one?
Yeah, I was hoping yesterday when I was shooting that bridge up at Baton Rouge, they only had a couple of tugboats with barges. I was hoping a ship would have came through. I was going to go ahead and do a Paul.
You're not allowed to do a Paul.
What, and crash it into the water?
No, I wasn't going to do that. I tell you, I'm going to tell you, yesterday was the first time
Yeah.
that I was nervous about something. And that was when I stopped on the way in at Port Vincent to fly that little river, that little meat river. And I actually thought about taking the SD card out and switching it with the one in the goggles, because I don't carry an extra one with me. Because I had that footage flying over those flags on there. And I said, if something happened to it, I'll lose that footage. First time I ever thought about that. And I almost hit that piece of rebar. That was a piece of rebar. It's not a piece of wire that was hanging down. Almost
Don't
hit that
you-
rebar coming back.
Don't you always have your controller set to record cache as well?
Yeah, but that would not have been the same. 'Cause I would have
Well,
had that
it's-
footage with all the telemetry on it, but I wouldn't have had the footage I had yesterday. And that's why I think I'm gonna start carrying an extra card with me in case I'm doing multiple flights. That way I could yank it off if I got something I've gotta have, you know?
And when it records cache on on the RC, it doesn't record the telemetry or anything. It just gives you a lower resolution copy of what's going on to the SD card.
No, on the RC, it gives you the telemetry too.
Mm-hmm.
Does it?
Yeah, you're gonna get the telemetry in the
It
bottom and
does
all the
do.
little,
It does do if you do a screen recording,
yeah.
but not if you just record to cache.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
even think
your
about that.
telemetry is
You
in
can't-
bottom
But you
bottom
can't,
left hand
you can't
corner.
do that with the Avata 2. The Avata 2, you got the only goggles you can do.
All
You
right.
gotta have the goggle view. But I don't know if you heard what happened yesterday, Jonathan. I went underneath this bridge, right? As I'm going
Mhm.
underneath this bridge, to the left, I seen this piece of looked like wire hanging down. So I said, well, I'm good. I'm not anywhere close to it. I'm lower than the thing, 'cause I was about 2 feet off the water. So I go there
Uh-huh.
and I play around with a couple of jet skiers and everything, and I'm coming back under the bridge. As I'm coming back under the bridge, instead of going back the same path, I'm coming back towards me. And then I'm about 5 feet over the water. And I said, what about that piece of wire? And look up and boom, right over it. You know,
Oh
it's
yeah,
right
the
over
first
me.
time
when
I went to fly underneath a bridge, I seen a couple of pieces of wires. I said, nope, I'm good.
You know what I'm worried about under the bridges? Not the wire, fishing line.
Yeah.
Shoot,
can't
it's
see
the
that.
alligators in the Chattahoochee. I'm worried about if I got to go in there and try to get it. You know what that mean, right? I ain't going in there to get it.
Yep.
Got you.
Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have some work today. That thing started knocking again, that refrigerator. So I'm gonna have to level it, put the shim under it or something.
Your refrigerator? You talking about when
Yes.
when the motor comes on?
When the motor kicks on, and something's going, and then when I shake it, it stops.
Your vintage clog with dog hair.
Okay.
Well, I vacuumed it all out.
Now you got to get up under there, buddy. You got to get something that's literally just gonna pull the hair from off of the vent, because the vent is sucking it in, so it gets caked up,
Yeah.
which is why when you shook it, it made like little pockets, but you need to literally like
David, don't touch
get it off of there.
So
If
what
not,
you're
you're gonna be
saying,
buying a new refrigerator. Trust me, I know. I got 4 kits
Well-
that made me do it.
so what you're saying is that I'm gonna have to turn that bitch around and get on the floor.
You got to pull it out, get on the floor, get you something like pencil, a pen, something like a
Well, I
pen or
got
something, a pen or something, and you just literally gonna have to pull out the clogs off of the vent. You're gonna have to pull them off the vent.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you
gonna
don't
have
do
to.
that, Yeah, if you don't do that, you ain't gonna. One day you're gonna wake up and you ain't gonna hear that sound. You're gonna open your refrigerator and wonder why your orange juice ain't cold.
Yeah, that'd be hell because I don't have any orange juice in there.
No, it was hell when it happened to me. You know when it happened to me? When COVID started. I went to Sam's and I bought $1,600 worth of groceries and stuck it all in there. And the next morning I go in there and I get something to drink and it wasn't cold. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh,
The,
that
the
sucks.
hair had clogged it and it made the motor. It made the motor overheat, overcharge, explode,
Yeah.
whatever you cut off. So I literally had to order another refrigerator from Home Depot. And because COVID had started, you know what they did? They came to my house, they put it down in the driveway, and they left. And
Yeah.
it started raining.
Oh,
That ain't worse.
Yeah, look, I knocked on all my neighbors' doors. Listen, I need y'all to help me get this over into the back fence so we can come in the back door because it can't fit in the front. That's what we did.
Yeah, I got a feeling I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get the vacuum and get the hose, and I got a long pipe that comes from it. I'll get underneath there and get up in there with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to yank it out. I know. I already know I'm gonna have to do it.
We'll have less of the yanking, please.
I'm not yanking that out. Don't worry about
Laura's in the kitchen, pack it in.
it. Yeah, but it doesn't do it every time, but it does it sometimes. Like I said, I'm wondering if it could be because I got all that crap on top of it, and it's making it lean to a certain way too.
Nah,
Oh.
that noise is from the vent. Trust me. Now, if you got a bunch of stuff on it, does your refrigerator sit up in a cut like this
Yeah.
here, like that there?
Yep.
Okay, you want to take this stuff down because the heat will get all up in there, and it'll make that motor keep running.
Right. So Laura has been trying to open this jar of pasta sauce for about 10 minutes. So I finally
Don't kill him, Laura. Don't kill him.
put the filament down. I went, right, just give it here. Touched it and the lid opened.
You give me the gold.
No, back in a minute, guys.
Oh, you're leaving them with me, are you?
Yeah.
Hi, Joe.
I got to make something to eat in a minute because my blood sugar's gonna start dropping. I can feel it.
Motion detector.
Awesome. Detector.
I think I'm gonna stop taking this Ozempic because the Ozempic is the only thing. When I take it, it makes my blood sugar drop.
It shouldn't do.
What happens? I eat in the morning. Like this morning, I ate a couple of pancakes and an egg. And I was fine. That was about. It takes about 4 hours after I eat the first time. The blood sugar starts dropping.
The Ozempic's only supposed to be like an appetite suppressant. It's not supposed to actually make your blood sugar drop. It's supposed to not get hungry.
Well, it's doing something to it. Because when I don't take those Ozempic, I don't have a blood sugar issue. And I don't eat it. I don't eat anymore. You know, I'm not eating any more than usual. Like yesterday. Now, yesterday I ate. What did I eat in the morning?
Food.
Trying to think. I ate eggs and grits yesterday. Eggs and grits and toast. I ate that yesterday.
You sure you ate yesterday, Joe? I ain't getting no picture.
Yeah, I haven't been sending pictures of food, but I ate that yesterday, and then I went up, like I said, to state capitol, and I didn't eat again until 3:30. I ate that yesterday morning at about 9. I didn't eat again till at least 3:30, and I mean, I didn't have a blood sugar issue yesterday at all. So I don't know what the difference is. I haven't been able to put that together. Maybe I ate something different, you know, different than what I ate, you know.
Well, it's only the carbohydrates that put your sugar up, so it'll only have been the grits.
No, like I said, yesterday the grits could have been what put them up and kept the. So I didn't eat now this morning I ate pancakes and eggs. So the pancakes should have had carbs in them.
Yeah, pancakes are full of carbs, yeah.
About to go make me 2 more pancakes.
eat some graham crackers.
I don't have any with me. I need to get a box and leave them here. But I don't want to eat too much because I'm supposed to go at 3 o'clock and eat at my daughter's. So I'm supposed to eat over there. And that's going to be called just spaghetti and meatball. Tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to buy it. I need to start, keep it in the house. I need to keep cold cuts in the house where I can make a sandwich. I used to go buy a pound of ham, a pound of a pound of ham, a pound of turkey breast, and about a quarter pound of pastrami. And then I'd buy olive mix. I'd buy olive mix and mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella or provolone, either one, probably provolone most. And then I'd buy little French breads, a little bit small ones. And then whenever I felt like eating something, I take the mayonnaise, put it on both sides, put the olive salad, put a little bit of each on there, and have a sandwich like that. And that I only eat one sandwich. I eat the sandwich during the day. Oh, that's how I was losing weight. Because I'd eat that when I wanted to eat. I'd toast it up a little bit.
Sounds
But
good.
lately I've been living off of eating like eggs in the morning or cereal in the morning. And then sometime during the day I might hit Wendy's and hit that $5 junior bacon cheeseburger bag. You know? That's been my go-to for the last couple of weeks. And it's only $5 and it gives me a little bit of everything in it. And it keeps me full, you know?
I know, but the point being is I'm your only banker.
Yeah, I'd rather
If
wait
you want to get the
cook.
wheel bearings, get the wheel
I'm not
bearings.
getting the wheel bearings yet. No.
and cook at night, you know?
But I can get it when she gets paid.
But I haven't cooked in a couple of weeks. I need to make some jambalaya. I've got everything to make it, and I just need to make it.
Get the exhaust.
And yes, Don, it's out of a box.
Jambalaya? I thought it was jambalaya.
Jambalaya. I got chicken. I don't have the sausage. That was what's been holding me up. Need to go get some sausage. Actually, you know what I have in there, but I can't. I said I don't want to make it because I got to eat. I've got 3 pork chops sitting in there in the vacuum sealed bag ready to go. Big old pork chop.
Pork chops. I have landed.
That's good news. Boy, when you called Paul, I was thinking, boy, what's he going to ask me? How to get it returned to home or what?
No, we got her.
There you go. I was thinking he was going to say, Joe, it's not responding how I get it to return to home. I'm going to say, I hope you have it set at 500 feet because you'll call 107 and just turn your controller off and leave it alone. And don't put it on hover. You want it on bypass, 500 feet, and leave it alone.
So has everybody been behaving themselves, Joe?
Everybody but Laura.
Laura?
I've been well behaved.
Laura's been messing up the filament.
Laura?
I'm 3 hours.
I don't be blaming Rio. He ain't do it.
Laura
that's
was
my-
doing it.
That's my bird right there.
Rio's in my bad books.
Why? What's Rio done?
How am I getting on the internet?
Oh, yeah. Well, you have to get that cable out, won't you?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to write it
Right
down. Yeah.
Whoever paid
Yeah.
Rio to take Laura off the internet, it nearly worked.
It nearly worked or it did work?
No, it nearly worked.
Pretty cheap for my cable.
He chewed through a Ethernet cable.
Well, David, you got to teach him better.
You've got to pay him more.
Right, just making the pasta as well. It'll be done.
I know you've been working with those birds to train them better, but if they don't complete their mission, you know, you gotta go into retraining.
Oh,
Yeah.
Paul wants to know what he wants.
Yes, Laura.
don't give David ideas.
Well, what you didn't realize was while you were gone so much, he was training them birds what to do.
Rio!
Darn it.
Oh, God darn it. No, don't be there.
I want to see it spring again.
You mean you're the twat that unsprung it again?
No,
Well, not me, because I'm telling you.
they all heard you threaten me, just so you know.
Yeah, and they all understand the devastation of a bird nest. Like, fucking Philemon!
What happened? I didn't hear anything.
They're saying the birds are, Laura's not the one doing it, it was the birds doing it, but I think it was Laura.
No, I think Laura bird nested my filament at the time.
Who did the one with the bird bath? Boy, that was nice. I like how that slow motion, how you slow motioned it too. That was tight.
Up on my channel.
Yeah, that was Laura nicking my video.
No, it wasn't, because I filmed it.
Oh,
Laura stole it.
camera. You
So
saw
Laura,
Ejected for his footage, Laura.
did Laura steal your video?
always.
Always?
I have these ideas, and then next thing you know, Laura's doing it.
You got you got footage, Jack.
Yeah.
The best one is every now and again, she'd come in, she'd go, I've just won an award with your photograph on Google.
I've never done that.
Oh, you lying little shit.
Well, I think that you guys need to sort that out a little bit because, you know, just because you have an idea doesn't mean you own it.
Shut up, Paul.
Yes,
Right,
it
Laura?
does.
It's only when it becomes to fruition that it becomes yours.
See if I got this
Dream
picture.
is just a dream.
I took a picture years ago. Let me see if it's in here.
If it's a dick pic, I don't want to see it.
Mm-mm.
I remember
I
it.
didn't have a wide enough angle lens for that. Yeah, I kept trying, but it just wouldn't all fit in. Hold on, I got this. I know I got this picture in here. But I took a picture. I bet you I don't have this picture. I bet you I have it, but I don't know where it's at.
You see, I
'Cause I
can't,
don't have it. I don't have it labeled as that picture.
yeah, I can't do a dick pic. They don't do a selfie stick that bends around the belly.
Oh, that's a nice one.
I like it when it's like that
That's the
color.
oldest ship
Yeah.
on the lakes.
What the
Got a
hell?
lot of rust on the bottom of it.
Built 1937.
Ooh.
1937.
Yep.
You need to go and park that. Why does that look like a hot water heater on top?
Leaning Tower of Pisa. It looked like it was built by the people who built the Titanic. That's been out.
It look like a
1937. That thing's
super
pretty good shape.
sized hot water heater on there.
The smokestack.
Oh,
Baby. What, baby?
You got little sauce.
Because originally that would have been a
I
coal-fired
didn't get
boiler.
nothing. I didn't get nothing. No, nothing.
ooh.
I know what you have at home, but what you have here. You always.
Oh, you dangerous, man.
Are you at home?
Well, that was pretty close.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what's that in the front?
When you have to have a little bit, you don't get a
Oh, he's
lot.
about 30 feet. Yeah, it's not as close as you think it is, because I thought I was closer to something one time. And when I looked at the map on it, I was about 30 feet. Was that the first one or the second one? That's the first one.
This is the first one, yeah.
Not about what they had yesterday.
Yeah, because
This
the
is the
second
one
one.
I went
was
down
a-
to get first, and then the second one popped up, so I stayed and got the second.
Actually, one is mine, one is hers, and one is Matthew's. Because he had his last night.
Uh-huh.
A little family conversation going there, Laura?
I'm,
Uh,
I'm,
Pretty soon you're gonna hear.
I'm getting off for having an ice cream last night.
Well, did you,
What you want?
you said you were gonna go buy him donuts this morning, did you?
No, I said the odd donuts.
Move.
Yeah. Paul, you might want to circle them boats before you go under the bridge and not while you're under the bridge, because if something interferes with your signal while you're under that bridge, she's gonna freeze up.
Yeah, I'm just not using the right tea towel, so. Don't stand on the.
So, here we are in the kitchen. We have hanging up 3 oven gloves. What does your Laura use? The thin tea towel. And then wonders why her hand's been burned.
Close one.
Yeah.
Here's the second ship I got, Joe.
Yeah, that's the second one. We saw that one go through.
Not the dishwasher.
Federal Cedar.
Oh. That's you two, really.
I'm skipping through it.
Work it on a 30-minute walk.
Didn't say done tonight.
I agree, Precious.
Mm.
We're gonna go under the bridge again. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yesterday when I was flying that bridge, Paul, I was hoping there was a ship going through. I was gonna do a Paul.
There you go.
No,
Yeah, I'm right there,
Yeah.
sitting on a stool right there.
I see you.
I mean, stop it, burn.
Federal Cedar.
That's a self-loading, unloading bulk carrier.
Bridge.
Let's see where it's from. It should say on the back. Majaro. Right there. Is that the Caribbean, the Majaro? Or is that the South Pacific?
I have no clue. Don should know.
Don knows everything.
Oh no, I don't Google shit. I don't care.
You don't care?
No,
Why?
I don't.
But you always care.
No, I'm uncaring. I'm an uncaring person.
Welcome to my world.
Well, Donald, David is happy today. He's in a good mood because he's got his nieces and nephews there.
I know. I've been listening.
Yep.
When did you stop caring, Donald?
He's been.
I've never cared about anybody, Jonathan.
Since he bought that bug. That bug.
Today's not Sunday, right? Wait a minute. Today's Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Yeah.
You can't be
Today's
telling
Sunday.
lies on Sunday, man.
The hell is this picture?
Yeah, you might want to take that back.
Did you rename your dune buggy Bugaboo?
No,
Oh, okay.
my dune buggy's named Gonzo.
Gonzo? Okay. I thought you were going to rename it
I don't see that
Bugaboo
picture.
Why?
because you've got the bug and you got the boo.
Oh my Eagles.
I don't know. Maybe I should put some breasts on the front of it, call it Bugaboobies.
There you go.
So what I was saying earlier, I don't know where the picture's at. I could probably find it if I really tried. But my nephew, Chris, who was in my mother's house years back, he was like maybe going on 2. And he was sitting on the table and he had a flashlight in his hand and he was playing with the flashlight and all the colors just kind of were different, but it was like it all worked. And I was just sitting there watching him and he had really curly hair. This flashlight was like a different color than what he was wearing. And I just kind of just watched him and I said, Chris, he turned around, looked at me and I snapped the picture. And I gave it to my brother, right? About 20 years later, I'm in my brother's house. It was after we moved to California and came back. And I'm walking in and the picture is in a frame. And I looked at the picture and it looked like my picture, but then it looked a little different. I said, what's all this crap around it? And it says, first place in this contest. And it's $500 winner. And I looked at it and I went, what's this from? And my brother turns around and says, yeah, Vanna took that picture and put it in the paper and won a $500 contest with Chris. I said, whoa, go back again. Say that all over again. Said, yeah, Vanna, that's the grandmother, took the picture and entered it in the contest and won first place. I said, oh, she did, right? And I said, look at that picture real good. Where is that from? She goes, well, is that Vanna? I said, no, look at the table. That's Mom's table. I said, yeah, that's Mom's table. That's her plant arrangement. That's Chris sitting there. And if you look in the background, everything's out of focus. But it's bokeh that way because I didn't want them in the picture. If you look really hard enough, you can see the outline of Mom. And she said, well, I thought Vanna took that picture. I said, no, I took that picture. I said, where's my $500? Like that. I said, I want my $500. Like that. And they looked and the Tracy, the daughter, kind of started backing out the room. I said, you come here. I said,
She already
that
knew.
was my picture.
She already
She knew that was my picture. Like that. I said, you don't enter somebody else's picture and get 500. I said, who got the $500? I said, did Chris get the $500? No. I said, okay, now I got a problem. Chris needs the $500. I said, because if she would have wanted for Chris and gave him like a savings bond or something, I'm good with it. But when she pocketed the money, she didn't need it, you know?
Motion detector.
But I said, in fact, take it off the wall. I made him take it down. I gave it to Chris later. I said, here, you can have it. But I said, but you need to go to your grandmother and get the $500 back.
Or at least
But
at least a cut of it, you know?
Well, that
Maybe it
aggravated
wasn't
the hell out of me. That they
Maybe it
gonna
wasn't a
use my
photography
picture.
contest. Maybe it was
What'd
a
you say?
cutest cake contest.
It was a cute kid contest, something like that, some kind of magazine that New Orleans had. But my point
Yeah.
was, don't submit it under your name. They could have submitted it under my name. You know? And at the time, I didn't need the $500. I probably would have said, "Oh, I want to give it to Chris." Because that's the way I am. You know, it's like, but boy, don't even tell me about it and then try to hide it. You know, you can't hide it when you put a picture on the wall because I know my pictures.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they're trying to hide it.
It sounded like they thought I wouldn't go look at it. That's what they thought, you know, or they weren't. Actually, to be honest with you, my brother's an engineer, has no common sense, so he didn't think. And he probably thought, yeah, it's Vaughna's picture, and she was stupid, so she didn't. She definitely didn't think, you know. So it's like, it all comes out. Yeah, I got too many friends in the industry that if one of my pictures pops up somewhere, they call me. Did you put that there? Because I've had the crew of Iris, a female group. I took a picture a few years ago of one of the maids coming in on a horse. She was on a horse. I took the picture, and I'm flipping through. I'm on Facebook one day, and all of a sudden the picture pops up, but my watermark's not there. And I looked at that picture. I said, "That's mine." So I typed in their little message thing. I said, "Somebody needs to cease and desist and ask me about this prior to putting it on your website first. Take it down." That's what I
Had a
said.
website. I had somebody using some of my pictures one time to sell
Yeah.
pitcher plants, and I had some pitcher plants taken. Had a red wasp that was looking down the inside of the pitcher plant, and I had taken those and saw those somebody trying to use them to sell carnivorous plants one time. And it was like, I don't know who. That's my picture. And they're like, well, I had somebody else design the site. Well, they're using stolen pictures.
Yep. But
they
I
took
mean, the captain of the crew of Iris, within 5 minutes, sent me an email saying that she was sincerely sorry, that she did not post it. Somebody else in the organization posted it. And I sent them my copyright, my picture with my watermark on it to show them it was my picture. And she says, "I am so sorry, Joe." She goes, "We know you. It should have never have happened. Somebody cropped it out." I said, "Yeah, they cropped it out. I know." I said, "Because as soon as I saw it, I knew it was mine. I knew nobody else took that picture." And I said, "I tell you what you want to do. If you want to use it, just use the one with my watermark. But ask me first." I said, "But you're welcome to use that one." I said, "Go ahead and flip it and put my picture on it." So she did with the watermark, you know. I said, "But you need to ask me first." I said, "Because you know me. I'm going to give it to you. You know, if it's something for your advertisement, I don't mind having my name on the bottom."
And might be building a nest up there, sweetie.
But I get my things, usually when they steal something of mine, they steal it off the wrong site. They steal it on the site that I've already done some work on it. So it's going to be particular. You know what I mean? They get it off my Mardi Gras art site. And if it's Mardi Gras art, there's nothing they can change, nothing they can say that they can't tell me it's somebody else's, because I've done a filter on it to give it a certain look.
I want to do person by person, so.
Well, my thing is, if that $500 was for a cutest baby contest, it doesn't go to the person who took the picture. It goes to the person who made the baby.
I think it should go to the baby myself.
There's no such fault.
Let's get him to the other ones. There's the other ones are for you.
See, let me show you one. You don't take this picture here and try to steal it and say somebody else took it, because that's definitely my picture because it's off of my site. And I did that. I put that feature on there, that filter on there to make it look like that. I sell posters like that. But that's the Texas A&M Marching Group. That's actually Citadel. In Mardi Gras, you can see the background. That's the main Joker float. But there is nobody else that puts pictures out like that in New Orleans. So soon as they get it out there, everybody that I know calls me and say, "You put that out there?"
And I'll have some. Not one of them.
So, well, Paul, I'm gonna jump off. I gotta make me something to eat. My blood sugar's dropping. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat because I don't want to eat too much because I'm gonna eat a lot later. I'm gonna eat a lot of spaghetti and meatballs later. So
Ooh, spaghetti sounds good.
yeah, my daughter's making it, so I don't know how good it's gonna be. I'm glad she can't hear that. Because they don't make it the same. So, but I'll see you a little bit later, Paul. Might be a little late getting on, but I'll be back on.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, what do the
Shut
rest
up-
of you
shut up,
guys
Laura.
think?
Well, I think the price of fish is expensive. Hey Google, what's the football score?
I think I'm about seven
Almost.
sips into my cup of coffee. So
Hey Google, what's the league score?
So Donald, are you good to stay or you wanna end the show?
Oh, it's
me,
Yeah.
I'm good to stay. I don't mind. What are we talking about? We got any topics?
No,
Are we just bullshitting about general stuff?
everybody's just bullshitting.
I know I got up this morning, used my Keurig and made a big thing of coffee.
everyone.
And it's not good coffee, but it's fast and it's easy and it's not that good. My son got up, spent half an hour hand grinding the new beans he got. He made himself a little tiny cup of coffee that was really good, really strong. But like I told him, I said that's the ritual of making coffee that you do in the afternoon when you're awake. And you want an afternoon cup of coffee. In the morning when you're needing caffeine, you do it the quickest way possible. You don't have to do any work. You just get coffee in you to jumpstart the day. Yeah, he's in there. He was weighing out his coffee beans and grinding them. And he made a pretty good cup of coffee, though.
What happened to Joe? He abandoned ship?
Yeah, he had
to go get something to eat.
Ah.
His blood sugar was getting low. He needed to go get something to eat.
I've got pickles outside my food.
Hope that bird pecks you right on the ass. My cat's out here stalking a bird in my backyard.
Really?
You have to go scare that bird off, ruin the hunt.
Well, how big is your cat?
Ow.
Yep, I ruined that one, didn't I?
But
Oh, the disappointment on her face.
Oh, so you scared the bird away and the cat couldn't get it, right?
Yep. I clapped my hands, the bird went away, and she turned looking like, dude, I was hunting that. She's down there now sniffing underneath the bird feeder where it was sitting.
Look, true story, right? I had some company the other night, and I had the back door open.
Yeah, and
We're waiting. You're muted, Jonathan.
we didn't hear a word of, well, all we heard was the back door was open.
Wait, the back door was open and we got, oh, okay, tell us all about it. And then you muted. We ain't got nothing.
Well, when your back door's open and you want to keep it secret, best leaving it that way.
I don't know, Jonathan. Saying I had company the other night, the back door was open sounds kind of dirty. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it sounds dirty.
He's running around with his back door open.
I guess so. Maybe he got one of those flannel underwears with the butt flap. We don't know. We're stuck with partial information, Jonathan. I'm guessing he got a critter in his house.
Definitely don't want a critter in the back door.
Hey, Jody.
My parents had for a while. They had a raccoon that came up and was eventually crawling up in their laps and stuff. They would feed it marshmallows and stuff. It was a wild raccoon. I don't know if it had been raised by somebody and then got turned loose or what, but it wasn't scared of people, and it would come up and they'd feed it, and pretty soon they were hand feeding it marshmallows. Well, after the first marshmallow, he's like, "Oh, we're family now." And he'd crawl up in their laps. He got video of or pictures of my dad holding this raccoon, and
If you gotta leave,
it's like,
and I'll pull up closer in the driveway. Like I don't need that way you can get out.
Just put it over there on the.
Good, because I want to work on.
Jonathan muted and killed his camera. He just completely gave up. He's protesting.
Jonathan's protesting?
I guess he don't even want his camera on.
Wow. Somebody's barking.
Yep.
It doesn't
Looks
sound
like my neighbor's
Jonathan.
getting ready to smoke something today. He goes
A joint.
off. He's got his offset up on the deck open.
Hey, Dusty.
I'm probably gonna grill some hamburgers later.
I'm going to eat my dinner.
My
I'm
wife
just-
buys brisket burgers. I don't know if you guys have ever had brisket burgers.
Brisket? No.
But
What is
It's hamburgers that are made out of the brisket, and so the brisket is tastier because it's not like a regular roast. The more muscle gets worked, the more flavor it develops. And so the brisket it develops a lot. It's that chest, neck, muscle. Anyway, it's a very tasty burger.
Huh. Never knew what a brisket was.
Brisket, a joint of beef.
Mark,
Yeah.
Leeds have just taken a shot at Wembley. If you do me a favour, just run out into the back garden and head it back for them. That's how far it went.
86 minutes, 1-0 still.
Yeah. Well, at least Richie Sunak might get to celebrate for once.
Mm.
The brisket is that part right above the front legs on the cow. It's their chest going up to their neck.
I sent you that. You didn't. I'm showing you the position of all the cuts of meat. Didn't I, Don?
What? I didn't hear that. It's robotic.
Didn't I send you that picture showing all the different cuts of the beef?
You might have. I also have probably close to the same picture in there in one of my Weber cookbooks. I've got one that's a Weber cookbook. The other is just a general barbecue. I got maybe a couple general barbecue cookbooks. But yeah, I'll probably be doing the brisket burgers later this afternoon and
Do
maybe
that on the
saute some
grill.
onions. Yeah, maybe saute some onions and
Oh, I might not have.
pepper cheese on it.
I don't see it anywhere, so I might not have.
Maybe not.
There it is. There it is.
Now, after a frog,
Right, I'll send it now.
you leave the frog alone.
Yeah. What has the French ever done to you?
Ribbit.
So let's see, Scottish Premiership.
We have zebra frogs in our goldfish pond, and she missed out on hunting her bird, so she was chasing a frog.
So what are zebra frogs?
They're they're a frog. They are maybe that long. They're not quite as big as a bullfrog, but
And they're striped.
Really?
And you spell them zebra, not zebra. Only one E in it. Zeb.
these are in Missouri, so they're zebra frogs.
No, the zebra.
I'm sorry, these are Missourian frogs. They're called zebra frogs.
I
I know that it's interesting that you're confusing them with the hooved animal that's kind of like a horse. No, these are frogs.
Yeah.
No, it's the
Zebra
black
frog.
and white paint, black and white lines.
And they're pronounced
painted
zebra
on the
frog.
No, zebra. Look, zebras don't live in the UK, but we still call them zebras.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
We have hundreds and thousands of zebras.
Yeah, but they're the ones laying on the road.
Yeah.
Near the Pelicans.
No, near the Belisha Beacons. Pelicans use traffic lights.
Your cup
Okay,
of water
guys,
came in
it's
handy.
almost noon here. I think I'm gonna call it.
I was chasing a bird. I chased the bird off, and then she's out there patting at the ground
She's a little
there by the pond. I went
she's
over.
a little miffed at
I saw
you,
a frog
right?
hop. It's like I splashed her with water, chased her off with the frog.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again later today.
Oh,
Bye
it's
for
over.
now. David, Laura, enjoy the kids while you have them. Bye-bye.
All hours for that.
Okay, Paul.
Yep. Bye-bye. Bye, Mark.
Bye.
Bye, Jonathan. Bye, Donald.